Hello there and welcome back to Wessex Blades. This is the sort of second half of a more in-depth video. I split it up just to get it up on YouTube in order to share the information. So if you could just indulge me on this, this is like an FAQ. A lot of emails I've had over the last year, despite me books being closed for further custom work. I imagine I'm getting between 2 and 6 emails a day regarding people trying to get on the waiting list. It depends through the week what the sort of different sort of questions I'm getting. And I'll just try and collate the more common things that people are asking. Seeing most of it is a Leicu video on Mike's video TA Outdoors, the winter video with Maleku. Unbelievable response I've had from that winter video from Mike, along with other stuff seeing me on Preppers UK 2, other people's videos as well, maybe bushcraft meets, gatherings, knife show videos and all that. So there is a substantial amount of interest in my work. Unfortunately, I'm in a situation where, because I'm not very fast in the way that I make things, I really can't get them out as fast as what I'd like, and so the waiting list is long. Plus, in all fairness to the people that I've got deposit paid, I'm not taking on any more work because the administration involved in taking on work and all that, it just slows it all down further. So if I can just go through and hopefully it'll give people an idea of information rather than giving me loads of emails and further admin, trying to be as polite as I possibly can, doing emails every day. It just takes me away, it takes me out of the workshop. As I say, with people trying to get on a waiting list, books are closed, so it can only be a sort of disappointing feeling anyway, even if they're asking even more if they can get on. I'm still fully booked. Okay, if that makes it sort of clear as it is. So let's start from the sort of top. No real order. It's no real sort of waiting to them all, but basically how long and far is the waiting list. The actual waiting list from those who have had a deposit paid and they've done their ID is coming up to 2 years at the moment in terms of how long they have waited for me to even start their project, their commission. The video that came out from Mike on that TA Outdoors winter video, that Leicu, brought such a rush that only answering the emails for that week basically has given me 2.5, maybe 3 years worth of work. And so you can see I had that much come on and that much interest. I took those orders on, and then I literally, gates came down. Then that's the order book shut, because if I take on any more, I'm up to Woodlaw 4-year waiting list, which is crazy. Who's going to wait that long? So I don't want people to wait as a ridiculous amount of time for their work. As it is, I don't want it getting that long again. The wait involved for people, I don't want it any more than 3 months, because it's just a long drawn out affair. It just gets they're not impatient with it, but it'd be far nicer for everybody to put an order in, and then the next camping season they're getting their piece. So yeah, the actual wait for blades from that huge deluge of orders that I got after that TA vid, they're knocking on 2 years now. I think I'm working on January to April 2018 orders, and it's January 2020 now. That's how backed up I am. Okay. When am I going to be opening my books again? With the amount of work that I've got on still to do, orders still to finish, I'm looking earliest, it's going to be Christmas of this year. So maybe even another year yet. Each commission takes at least 2 weeks. I'm not the fastest worker. The way that I make them, the techniques that I'm using, is not really built for fast production, because the tooling, each image is not necessarily a tooling block and I'm pressing it in as one maker's mark. The actual images that I'm putting on, they could be 2 or 3 days alone, just getting that image transferred to a transfer film in order to start working on the sheath. Okay, so it's a very bespoke, a very specific way of delivering the order for that customer, and you can't really rush it. So it's just the way it is. It could well be another year until I take like orders on again. Another one I get is, if I send you the money now, can I just simply go to the end of that list? The problem is with that is that you might think that you're just going to be on the end, but if I'm having between 2 and 6 emails a day, there's potentially 500 people in front of your request just to go onto the, and it ends up with just too much admin backwards and forwards, too many disappointed people, and so I'm doing my best not to continually, and the more answers you give, the more involved you get, and then there's another answer back and backwards, and it just ends up of a continual backwards and forwards an email, just using up more and more time in the mornings, admin, if that makes sense. So please, if you can, bear with me. There's a long time until I'm really able to open my books up again for custom work. Occasionally I do, if I can make things efficiently, like if someone had a Merlin, and whilst the grinder set up, I knock another one out, obviously, because I'm trying to keep cash flow, and if it's deposit or fully paid up, I'm doing that whole commission. I'm not actually getting any more income coming in. There's no more, you can understand, cash flow coming in because the job's already fully paid. So occasionally I can make a piece of work efficiently just alongside a commission, a custom. I can do a Merlin and oak or something with a plain sheath, and then put it up for sale. Now the way that I work that is I have, first up, I offer it to close friends and long-time supporters of the channel, because they're my friends and they've been a long-standing supporter of my channel. So that is my sort of like inner core, and in all fairness to them, for the support and the help that they give, for all the resources that they're helping me out with, information, it gets offered to them first. Then obviously if a couple of days goes by, then it gets offered up on my Patreon channel. Again, reason, they're supporting me. The Patreon makes a massive difference to allow me to have the free time in order to spend time filming, editing all up together, uploading, running the channel. It all takes time away from doing the orders. But it's, unless I had the YouTube channel, I wouldn't have that advertising outlet in order for anybody to be aware of me. So it's something that has to continue, the YouTube channel and the Patreon, since the YouTube, the way that the AdSense stuff's running now, it really doesn't support the nuts and bolts of running a YouTube channel. Patreon is the way that it's continued. So a lot of you really need to thank the Patreon people to giving me the momentum to carry on, keeping the channel running, bits and bobs, just time involved, so you can even see me doing what I'm doing.